What's good, YouTube? Doing a bit of a different video today. It's not exactly gaming content or a vlog, as to speak. It's just me going over my fantasy football picks, why I've chose the players, and who I'm thinking of getting in the future. Just off the looks of it, I know my team looks horrendous. I've got a couple of red players in there, a couple of players who look like they might be injured. Raheem Sterling. So yeah, just going to be going over my team basically. This is the official Premier League fantasy football. Yeah, I'm in a couple of leagues, private leagues that is. Not doing so great in most of them. I did have a decent week last week. Let's have a look. Let's get off that. Go to points. Yeah, I got about 68 points. A lot of players didn't play or got me 1 or 2 points, which isn't great. Yeah, so let's go to our new team. So I'm going to be annotating, and I am recording off my phone just so it's easier to get the app up for fantasy football and annotate on my phone. So I'll start with I'll start in strike. Right now it's a no-brainer. I've got Calvert-Lewin in. He is absolutely on fire. I did drop Kane, who is also on fire along with Son, but my thought process behind that was basically I don't want to have Son and Kane in the same team because if Spurs don't do good, then I'm taking a hit on both of them in terms of points. So I've kept Son in and dropped Kane, but got Calvert-Lewin in, who's on absolute fire. The drawback is this week coming, he's playing Liverpool. Obviously, I do envision that Liverpool are going to sort the defence out because they got such a battering off Aston Villa. Yeah, so this week I might not get a lot of points from him. He might get a goal or assist or something, but I just need to be patient with him. I'm saying this week, but it's actually the international break, so it's in 2 weeks' time, that fixture. Yeah, so on the left-hand side of the pitch, not exactly a left-sided player, I've got Kevin De Bruyne. Kind of a no-brainer getting Kevin De Bruyne in my team. I've had him in since the start. He was the highest scorer in terms of points in for all the players in the league in fantasy football. So it's a no-brainer getting him in. They are playing Arsenal Man City in 2 weeks' time when the international break's over. He might not get a lot of points again. Arsenal's defense is looking better, but you never know. He might get a goal or assist in that game. So yeah, kind of a no-brainer getting Kevin De Bruyne in. The next pick is James Rodriguez. He's been on absolute fire for Everton. Good signing for them. Absolute no-brainer to get him in terms of his price. I think he was about 7.5 mil. Yeah, he's doing bits for them. He's got 2 goals in his last game, maybe an assist. Got about 16 points, I think, or 15 or something like that. It may be 18. But yeah, absolute legend of a player for his national team. He didn't do that great for Real Madrid, but it was a good signing for Everton. I think he's going to be a good addition to their team. That's why I've got him in. Sterling, I think he got a goal in his last game. On average, he gets a lot of goals. Not exactly in the 20s, but he gets a lot of goals for Man City. Consistently picked by Pep. He is later in the season. He is rested a bit, and other wingers could play, but you know he's just consistent, a good solid player. He gets a good amount of points weekly. He is yellow at the moment. His status, I think he's got hammy pull. He's about 75% chance of playing. With 2 weeks break and him not playing for England, I do expect him to pull through that injury and start as usual when City play Arsenal again when they're back. Uh, so Son, I've not got him as captain for the next game against West Ham. I think when I transferred him in, it's just picked him as default for captain, so I've not got him as captain. But Son has been on absolute fire. A couple of weeks ago, he scored 4 goals. Can't remember what team it was against. A lot of people said that he wouldn't do that on a weekly basis. So far, he is looking like he is going to do that. Not exactly 4 goals, but he's got 2 against United. Could see him picking up assists and goals against other teams as well. West Ham are looking quite good, even though they were tipped off to be in a relegation fight this season. They're doing pretty good. And yeah, so Son, and I just need to be patient with him in the next game. He might not get a lot of points, but good solid player again. On the other side, we've got Salah. Salah, in Mane's absence, I think he needs to pull up his socks and pull his weight. He has been doing so, even against the absolute battering that they got versus Aston Villa. He did get a lot of points. I think he got 2 goals. Yeah, he's a good, solid player. I do expect him to pull his socks up and get a lot of goals. He didn't have an amazing season last season, but with COVID and stuff, I don't expect most players to have an absolute amazing season. I do expect him to pick up where he left off and get a lot of goals. So yeah, I've got him in. He is quite expensive, and if he does fall off in terms of form, I could drop him and maybe upgrade one of my other positions, my defense, which I'm going to get onto. So yeah, Salah is looking sharp and is a good pick. Moving on to my defense. So the reason why I've picked Walker Peters for Southampton, usually Southampton do have a structured team, a good solid team. They do ship goals sometimes, but they're not like the teams that have come up, maybe like West Brom and Fulham. Sometimes they are structured and do keep clean sheets. So yeah, is a good solid pick in terms of the price that he is. He does get picked every week for Southampton, so decent player. That's why I've picked him. Justin for Leicester. Again, he's a consistent pick considering Pereira, who's their normal right back. He's injured at the moment. He has been injured for a long time. I don't expect him to come back anytime soon. So Justin is a no-brainer. He gets picked every week. Leicester do get their fullbacks forward, and he could chip in with goals and assists. And, Leicester are a solid team, typically, in terms of structure and defence. So, yeah, he gets a few clean sheets every now and then. That's why I've got him. This next one, salt and vinegar, flipping vinagre, yeah. He's pissed me off, this guy has. I got him in last game week. He didn't play, he got 0 points. Probably because Wolves were looking to ship him out in terms of transfer or a loan. And then this week, he's been, well, not this week, but this next game week coming up in 2 weeks' time, he's been loaned out to Olympiacos. So not only has he not played and got me 0 points, he's also not playing next game week. So I have to get rid of him. So that's 0 points, 0 points if he plays again. Or if I get rid of him, which I'm going to have to do, it's -4 points. So I'm going to have to pick someone who's on his sort of, his price and match him with someone like that. I did pick him because, Wolves do have a solid defense typically, and they're a structured team under Nuno. So yeah, that's why I got him in, and he's not playing, so I'm gonna have to replace him. So double whammy there. Saiz for Wolves on the other side. Again, like I said, Wolves are solid in terms of structure and defense. They don't ship that many goals. He did get a goal himself from a corner the game week before that. I can't remember what team it was against. I'm going to be keeping him in. It's quite a good pick there, and for his price. Let's go with the keeper. This choice was basically not because of Pickford's ability. I think Everton have got a new keeper in this transfer market that's just closed, this transfer window. It could see him get loads of competition for his position, and I've not picked Pickford for his ability. I literally got him in for his price. I thought Ancelotti would sort out their defense, their structure. I know they're banging in goals left, right, and centre, but they are also shipping goals. I don't think they've had many. I know it's only been 3 or 4 game weeks since the start of the season, but they've not kept many clean sheets, if I recall correctly. So yeah, I've literally got him in hoping that Ancelotti, says we're scoring a lot of goals, we need to sort out defence and they keep a few clean sheets. So that's my first team. The wild cards, the sort of perks that I've got, I've not used any of them. I'm going to be hanging on to them. I have used my wild card from game week 1. My game week 1 team was absolutely shocking. I had to drop the whole team almost, apart from maybe Kevin De Bruyne. Yeah, I think Kevin De Bruyne, he's the only pick that survived from game week 1. I've kept him in and really had wholesale changes in the whole team. I wasn't getting many points. I saw myself plummeting down the table, not getting many points. I couldn't catch people, so I thought to myself, what's the point of every week complaining about what players are not getting points? I've really packed out my midfield, got some really expensive and star players in there, got a decent striker, gone for players who are not exactly well known for their defense in their team, but teams that are quite well structured. Wolves are well structured. Leicester well structured. Southampton are quite well structured. Yeah, so I've had to use my wildcard, not really used any of my perks. In terms of my bench, my keeper, I don't really think he plays. I've literally just got him in because he's dirt cheap. Mitchell for Crystal Palace. He's about as useful as a trapdoor in a canoe. This guy, he plays weekly, but they concede goals galore. Crystal Palace. They've not done so badly since the start of the season, but I think he's replacing Van Aanholt, who's injured at the moment or whatever, but he's going to get replaced straight away, and he's not going to be much use to me. But, I've got him in, he plays, he's dirt cheap, but they ship goals, so I'm going to have to look to replace him, especially when I consider using my bench boost. I'm going to have to make changes to this whole subs bench that I've got. They're going to get me no points, so I can't exactly stick with the subs that I've got if I want to make use of that perk. The other changes, the other subs that I've got are Davis for Aston Villa. I don't think he plays. I've got him in just to fill that position. I had to spend some money to fill that spot. And this other player, I don't even know how to say his name, Vasilev. He's been red since the start of the season. Let's see if I can click him. Well, okay, that's why he's red. He's joined Burton at the start of the season, and he's not going to get me any points for the rest of the season. So I'm going to have to look to ship him out. I'm going to have to accumulate free transfers every week to get rid of these players one by one. Let's put annotations on. 1 week I'm gonna have to get rid of him, another week him, another week him. Try to get in players who are on the same price but play weekly that will get me points. So he plays. Okay, he could stay. Game week 4 total points. Davis has got me 1 point. He's got me obviously 0. So in total, I'm hardly getting anything off my subs bench. So yeah, that's basically my thinking behind my fantasy football team. The changes coming up in the future, maybe, you know, if Bale plays for Spurs, I need to consider what impact that will have on Son. He might get rotated with Lucas, but he's better than Lucas, so I don't really see him dropping out the team. When Pep starts benching his players because of Champions League, I need to consider if he'll drop Sterling for Premier League games. Rodriguez is solid. I think I'll keep him mostly throughout the whole of the season. I think Kevin De Bruyne won't get dropped unless he gets injuries. Salah won't get dropped. He's one of the 3 that Klopp plays consistently every week. I need to keep an eye on Calvert-Lewin's form. Obviously, he's banging in goals left, right and centre. No-brainer to keep him in. But if his form drops, I am going to get Kane in, who's just an absolute solid player. He'll probably get you 20-odd goals a season. No-brainer. Jose picks him and relies on him every single week. He's the captain for Spurs. So if Calvert-Lewin's form drops off, I'll be getting Kane in and downgrading my midfield. Probably looking at dropping Son or Sterling, maybe having a slight downgrade and getting Kane in. In terms of my defense, I'm probably gonna have to stay with them, apart from obviously man like Salt and Vinegar in defense. I'm gonna have to swap him for some. I've not seen what the prices are, how much they've changed. If he's 4 mil, let's just take a look. He is 4.3 mil. If another similar player has gone up to 4.5 or whatever, I'm not going to be able to get them in, so I just need to look at that. Pickford's going to have to stay as well. So yeah, that's basically it. I don't really see myself making videos for fantasy football and my team every week. Maybe if I make some wholesale changes, an idea I came up with. As always, guys, I'd appreciate it if you could leave a like for the video. If you've got anything from it, if you just enjoyed it, leave a like if you want to see me make videos like this in the future. Subscribe to the channel. It helps out a lot. You know, I'm trying to aim for 100 subs. Trying to get to that as my first milestone. Cheers for watching, guys. Peace. Take care.